Come here, girl. Trixie? Trixie! Oh, I don't believe it.
Hi, Tommy. Something wrong?
Oh, it's my dog, Trixie. She ran away again and I can't find her anywhere.
What happened?
I told her to stay, opened the door to get the mail, and she darted out.
Does she run away often?
Often enough.
Sounds like she needs to go to obedience school.
You got that right. And the sooner the better. Yesterday, I told her to fetch and she did go and get the ball, but instead of bringing it back to me, she heard little Billy call her from across the street and ran over to him. She almost got hit by a car.
You sound really frustrated, Tommy.
I am, Tina. I love Trixie and I worry about her. I want her to be obedient for her own good.
For her own good?
Sure. So she'll be safe. I can hardly even take her for a walk or out to play because I never know what she'll do.
Wow. I'll bet that's how God feels sometimes.
I don't remember any Bible story about God having a puppy.
That's not what I mean. I think God must feel frustrated when we don't follow the rules, even when those rules are for our own good. Kind of the way you're feeling now.
Maybe. So what's the answer? Obedience school for people?
Well, we already have one. That's sort of what church is. We learn the rules when we read our Bibles and learn stuff like the 10 Commandments. We practice living as Christians all week and then come back for more training.
Can you give me an example?
Okay, Jesus taught that people should be forgiving.
Trixie needs plenty of forgiving, that's for sure.
Well, Trixie's not the only one. Some days I have to forgive my little brother about 400 million times, and that's just before breakfast.
So, how does the church help you? Does your pastor come to your house and scold your brother?
No, of course not. At church, I learn more about patience, kindness, and forgiveness, and being more understanding. We pray about everything, including our problems.
You may have something.
When we live by God's rules, everything's better. We learn to hear God's voice and not hear other voices that would lead us down the wrong path. And it's kind of like when Trixie ran out into the street.
Maybe.
Yeah, and being obedient isn't like a punishment. It's like being best to show. I mean, the best we can be. You know, I'm going to talk to the pastor. In case he needs some sermon ideas. This thing has possibilities.
This is fine, Tina, but I don't think anyone would want to be compared to a dumb dog.
You could be right. Oh, but it's not a new idea to compare people to animals. Except in the Bible, it's usually sheep. At least puppies are basically smarter than sheep. Come on, I'll help you look for Trixie.
Well, maybe we should check around Billy's house.
Or maybe Susie's backyard. I heard they got a new puppy. Ah! The prodigal dog returns!
Trixie! I'm not sure you got a sermon idea, but I'm definitely enrolling Trixie in obedience school. And seriously, Tina, I think your idea about learning to live by God's rules is a good one. It's just that it's not always easy. I keep making mistakes. That's why I don't come to church very often.
I just saw you hug Trixie.
So, I'm glad that she's back.
Well, that's the great thing about church and God's love. We know that we're not always perfect, but we keep learning and encouraging and loving each other. Oh, God always loves us, Tommy, and wants us to come home too. We can start fresh whenever we need to. I think you and Trixie need some obedience school.
Thanks, Tina. Let's go play ball with Trixie.